As the holiday season approaches, throughout the nation, people are busy preparing gifts and looking forward to spending time with their loved ones. On the other side of the earth, in China, people are also anticipating the most important holiday of their year, Spring Festival. This too is a time when friends and family gather together, enjoy delicious food, and celebrate the beginning of a new year. However, for Cheng Wan, a Chinese graduate student at the University of Minnesota, gathering with family almost becomes an impossibility and something that can only be realized in his dreams. This is because his mother is being held in a Chinese prison, only because she practices Falun Gong. Today, we invite Cheng to our studio to talk with him more about his family. Hello, Cheng. Welcome to the studio.
Hi, Jen. It's my pleasure to be here.
You're a student at the University of Minnesota, is that right?
Yeah, right now I'm a graduate student in electrical engineering department, and I have been here almost 4 years.
Have you had a chance to go back to China during these past 4 years?
So far, I haven't got a chance. Yeah.
So you must miss your parents very much.
Especially in this very special holiday season, I do miss them very much. As you know, I haven't been back for more than 4 years, and as the only son of the family, yeah, I do miss them.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your family and your parents?
Yeah, sure. My father, his name is Sanhua Wan, and he is an art teacher. He used to teach high school, and because of some reason, right now he is teaching the elementary school. As I know, he is a very nice gentleman and is very responsible for teaching, and he is very good at teaching. So all the students enjoy his teaching very much. As I know, most of them, all of them, I can say, like him very much.
And your mother, what does she do?
She was a worker, but right now she has retired. So like most other people who retired in China, she just goes out to practice and do some housework. That's what she usually to do.
Your parents must have had a strong influence on you, especially since you were the only son in the family. Can you tell us, what it was like when you were growing up with your parents?
Yeah. In some sense, I think my parents are the model of my life. As I remember, since I was a little kid, like my mother, she always asked me to be straight with myself and to be tolerant to others. And also she asked me to be there, to be brave to face challenge. So I think in this sense, she helped me to build a very strong personality. Yeah.
And your father, how has he influenced you?
Yeah, as you know that he is art teacher, so actually he knows all kind of traditional Chinese culture, like culture things like drawing, like calligraphy. So he always helped me to understand what's going on about these kind of things. So I think the major benefit I got from my father is he helped me to understand the culture background so that I have a complete personality. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your mother's current situation?
Right now, actually, my mother, she was not at home. She was put into jail because she didn't want to give up her belief in Falun Gong.
Can you tell us a little bit about Falun Gong for those who may not be familiar? You said your mother practices in the morning. What is Falun Gong? What do you practice?
Basically, I think Falun Gong is some kind of Qigong or meditation system. It's like yoga, like Tai Chi. It try to help people to improve their physical health and mental health. So by doing the exercise, by applying the principle truthfulness compassion and forbearance in their daily life. The practitioner not only try to improve their own health, but also try to be a good person in the society. So like to be a good worker, be a good student. So yeah, and so when in China, I think before the Chinese government began to crack down Falun Gong, there are more than 100 million practitioners in China, in mainland China, and the effect is dramatic. All the practitioners, most people who practice Falun Gong just because they have too many kinds of diseases. Just like my mother, she used to be a constant visit to the doctor, and then every year our family spend a lot of money, time on this issue. Yeah, she need to go to the hospital to eat medicine, cost a lot of money and energy, So, and even that, she still suffered a lot. And so then I think 6 years ago, and because one of her friends introduced the Falun Gong to her, and then she began to practice. And just in a short time, I think just in 2 months, yeah, when I saw her again, I couldn't believe it's my mother. Yeah, because she just changed to another person. Because she looks much more healthy, and she never need to eat medicine and go to hospital anymore. So
that's amazing. After only 2 months, and
yeah,
she had been
amazing.
Struggling with these diseases for 20 years.
Yeah, she created all kinds of things and all kinds of medical things. So I think it's a kind of shock to me, And so based on what she experienced and what I saw, actually my home family, I and my father also began to practice since then.
You mentioned earlier that you haven't had a chance to go back to China. Can you tell us a little bit more about that situation?
Yeah, as you know that since 1999, July 1999, the Chinese government began to crack down Falun Gong practitioners in mainland China. So since then, my family was impacted because of this issue a lot. Like my father and my mother, both of them were forced to go to the local police department to have some so-called conversation. And then I remember during one of the conversation, after that, my father told me the policeman showed him a cassette, said that you should pay attention to what you say, and because all the things you are talking on the phone or monitored. So
that was a tape of recorded conversations.
That's right. So then I know it's some kind of a threat, So then my parents don't want me to go back. Yeah, I can't. And there are also many cases. Some practitioners went back and they were put into jail, hard labor camp. Yeah. So.
Well, that's actually very frightening, and it's very disturbing that you haven't been able to see your family simply because of something that's benefited your mother so much.
Yeah, I remember. I still remember, when I was a little kid. At that time she was a patient, and she suffered a lot. And I still remember two little stories when I was a little kid. One story is one night, I think, it was dark outside. The light and it's nighting, and the thunderstorm is going on. So she didn't feel good at that time. But because I got a very serious high fever, I can't forget. She just insists on sending me to the hospital with my dad. Yeah. And another story is, I think, in one weekend, at that time my father went to another city to study, so he was not at home. And mother doesn't feel good, so I stay at home with her, and in order to cheer her up, I try to tell her some story.